What's going on, everybody, and welcome to day 22 of our Juniper Networking series. In today's lab, we will be troubleshooting our OSPF configuration. Right now, I have two switches configured to operate in the OSPF area, but the neighborship between these two devices is currently not coming up. So the goal for this lab is to look at our configuration, take a look at some statistics, and figure out where the problem is and correct that problem. If you guys need a basic walkthrough of OSPF, make sure that you check out day 9 of the series. In that video, we did a basic OSPF configuration. So let's go ahead and hop into our troubleshooting video and get into the CLI. Alright, so I've made some OSPF configuration changes on my switch, and I expected the neighborship to come up, but when I run the show OSPF neighbor command, I'm not getting any output. So we need to troubleshoot what is going on. So let's take a look at some more statistics. Let's do a show OSPF statistics to get a lot more output of what is going on. So if we take a look at these statistics, we can see that we are receiving hellos and we are sending hellos. But if we take a deeper look within this statistics output, we can see that we have an area mismatch and a hello interval mismatch. So let's do another show command. Let's do a show OSPF overview to see exactly what is going on our top switch. So we can see right here, one of our interfaces is configured in area 0, but we do have an interface right here that is configured in area 1. So with that output, we're not able to see exactly what interface that is. So we have other commands that we can run to track down what is going on. So let's do a show OSPF interface to see what is going on our interface level. And we can see the G001 is configured within the area 0, which is what we want, but our GE000 interface is configured within area 1. So we need to change that right there. So if I do a show configuration, let's do protocols. Let's do OSPF, and let's do a pipe display set so we can see exactly what we did. We need to change this command right here to be within area 0. So let's go ahead and make that configuration change. Let's do an edit, and let's do a delete protocol OSPF area 1 for interface GE000, and we want to do a set protocols OSPF area 0 interface GE000. So now we're setting it in the correct area, which is area 0, and let's do a commit and quit. So we should have right there, we should have fixed the area problem, but we also need to check the bottom switch to see if it is configured in the right area as well. But we fixed the configuration right now on our top switch. So now let's rerun that show command. Let's just hit the up arrow. And now we can see that our GE000 is configured in area 0, and that is what we want. So let's hop down on our bottom switch and check out some statistics on that switch, and also what the set commands is looking like within the OSPF protocol. So we're connected into our bottom switch now. So we adjusted the area. So let's try to do a show OSPF neighbor to see if our neighborship came up, and we still do not have a neighborship come up. So let's do a show OSPF statistics over here on this bottom switch. We can see that we're receiving hellos over here. We're sending hellos as well. We can see that our area mismatch is still, we don't know if that's still incrementing or not, but we can check that out. But we are still receiving these hello interval mismatches as well. So let's take a look at what our interfaces are configured over here on this switch. Let's do a show OSPF interfaces, and we can see that our GE000 interface on this switch is operating in area 0. So all of our interfaces are operating in area 0, so our area mismatch is corrected. So let's take a look at why we're getting these 75 hello interval mismatches. As we know, hello intervals within OSPF are by default sent every 10 seconds. So let's take a look at our OSPF configuration to see why we are receiving these errors. So let's do a show configuration, protocols, OSPF, and let's do a display set. And if we take a look, it looks like the GE000 interface is configured in the correct area, but our hello interval is 20 on this switch. So if our hello interval is 20 on this switch, but it is by default on the top switch operating at 10, our neighborship is not going to come up, and that is why we're receiving these hello interval mismatches. And as a result, our neighborship is not coming up. So let's put this back to the default of 10 seconds and see what happens. So let's do an edit, and let's do a delete protocols, OSPF, area 0, interface, GE000, hello interval of 20. And we want to do a set protocols, OSPF, area 0, interface, GE000. We want to do the hello interval as 10 seconds, and let's do a commit and quit. So hopefully that fixed the hello interval mismatch error, and as a result our neighborship comes up. So after this commit happens, let's give this some time for our neighborship to come up in the full state, and then let's rerun that show OSPF neighbor command. So I think it's been enough time. Let's just see where we're at. Let's do a show OSPF neighbor. And now we can see that we are able to see our neighborship. We're getting output now, so we can see the IP address of our neighbor. We can see the interface that it is configured on. We can see that we're operating in the full state, which is what we want for our OSPF configuration. And we can see our router ID as well. So in this video, in day 22, we did a troubleshooting video on OSPF. I appreciate you guys tuning into this video with me. I hope to see you in day 23. But until then, peace out.